So finally we've decided that you are going to start that YouTube channel, but you want to know what are the mistakes that come about into month 6, into month 8, into year 1. So we'll be discussing 4 things. Number 1, what is the most important thing when it comes to running a YouTube channel that many people don't really talk about? Number 2, how many video formats should you deal with? Do all video formats even work with your kind of video? Number 3, if you want to make changes in your YouTube channels, how often and how subtle should these changes be so that it doesn't disrupt your entire flow of your YouTube channel? And number 4 is, what is the best way for you to build authenticity in your YouTube channel? So let's get into the first thing, the most important thing that people don't talk about when you start a YouTube channel. That is actually this. It is not your lighting. It is not your whole setup, but it is this thing right here, your mic. 2 things you need is your sound quality and substance in what you say. If you don't have these 2 things, guys, it doesn't matter what else you have around you, people will not watch. Some people might go too close and speak like this, but some people might also go too far away from the mic and speak like this, and now it's all drowned out. And the thing is, their channel takes a big hit sometimes because they do not invest in equipment like this. So I'm not saying take money from here and there, from your savings and go and invest in a mic. All I'm saying is, if you plan to invest any money at all into your content creation journey, your priority should be investing in sound quality. Because if they can't hear you, guys, there's nothing you can do about it. And number 2 is experimenting with different video formats. So when you say video formats, there are different ways you can categorize videos anyways. So one kind of categorization is into videos, live streams and shorts. There's also other kind of video formats. So one is the kind of videos that I'm doing right now, which is sitting down in one place and talking to you guys. Another one is obviously IRL videos or IRL streams, IRL vlogs, whatever that is. And another kind of video is obviously your faceless videos. Out of these 6, you can choose any combination for your kind of video. Let's say an AI generated sit down video for gaming. Think about how that would work, guys. You're not having any gameplay with you. You're not having streaming with you. It's just going to be somebody like me going to talk to you. But only difference is it's probably not even a person. It's AI talking to you about games. I mean, are you going to really watch that? Let's say you use ancient AI generated voices for a history documentary with a lot of graphics and with a lot of energy in there.
The 5 Points Gang, the most powerful gang of the time in Lower Manhattan. These criminal gangs were organized, and many had existed for decades at that point. No national syndicate of the Italian-American mafia to speak of.
You want to choose the perfect combination of what works in your niche, what works for you. Heading into number 3, how quickly should you make a change in your YouTube channel? And before I answer this, let me ask you, what are the changes you want to make in your YouTube channel? Let's say one day you're making cooking videos. Don't transition into gaming videos the next day. And then the next day, self-help videos. And then the next day, yoga videos. You see how drastic the jump is from one niche to another niche to another niche to another niche. Another kind of jump would be something very subtle, like maybe I add one more type of graphic. Maybe I add one more type of cut in my videos, which wasn't there before. The thing is, you do not want to make your audience lose touch with who you are. So what did they come to your channel for? And you want to make sure that the main elements of why they came do not disappear. Or even if you want to see them disappear, take time before you slowly phase it out of your video style completely. If you want to still experiment, I would say for your first 100 videos, regardless of what happens, try to change one small thing in your videos. It's going to take you well over 150 videos for you to actually decide what's your style, what's the way you want to communicate before you get any kind of success like that, unless you are, like I said in the last video, unless you are in the lucky few. And going into number 4, what is the best way to build authenticity with your YouTube channel? Engage with your audience. Not just early on, not midway through your journey, not at the end of your journey. Always. Somebody has taken time out of their precious 24 hours to see what you have, to see if there is some value that they can take of you. Because the worst thing that you can do is ignoring people who may be supporting you, because that support is only going to last so long. If you ignore them completely, they're just going to leave you to do whatever you want. Because especially when you're in a small channel, the one thing is nobody is likely to comment on the channel because they do not want to be the only ones who have commented. They've decided, you know what, you're worth that. I'm gonna value you so much that I will comment on your channel. So guys, respect anybody who does comment on your channel. That is one advice that I could give you guys. And don't go just yet. I also have an additional tip for any of you guys starting out completely from scratch without any knowledge of any kind of editing. Because I was just there 1 year ago, just like you guys. So you cannot expect to edit like your Mr. Beast videos or even any channel above 2 million subscribers, because those guys have their own dedicated team. They have their own editors who have learned editing, who have mastered editing, and they are the ones editing these videos for them. So I'll give you 2 things that you guys can keep in mind when you're editing for the first time. Number 1, ensure that the sound quality is at the maximum. So this means reduce your background noise around you. You can increase the volume of your clips if needed, and stick to just 1 or 2 sound effects here and there throughout the video. Do not make it too overwhelming. Do not make it too overwhelming, because the one thing some people do is that they overwhelm the video with too many sound effects here and there, and then it just becomes too much noise. And the second thing that you want to know is add interrupters. So this means whether it's images, whether that's text, whether that's another video completely, whether that's frame changes like this, whether that's Ken burns, you'll find out what all these are in your journey, but just to give you an idea of what you want to look out for. The one mistake that you can make is, again, adding too many of these effects. And now you see, now look, as I'm talking now, you probably have lost interest because there's too many things going on, and now it's all just overwhelming, and now you just want to give up. Which is why, guys, whether that's audio, whether that's video, you want to keep the style simple, because simple always wins. And even as you're learning new things, sometimes you'd want to be reminded of things that you want to do, especially when you start out. And if you haven't checked out the video from last week, then click on the right. So smash subscribe, slap a like on, and always remember, guys, never stop dreaming. See you all.